Our mission goal is to serve the Lord as His representative in Guatemala, ministering to the poor with medical and spiritual care.
People ask me, I'm not a medical provider, I don't speak Spanish, what am I going to do? But I tell them, if you feel called to go, mission really is about being with people and sharing yourself. That is the most important thing.
The medical supplies are carried down by all the team members participating in the trip. So your 2 suitcases that you'll be able to check will be full of medicine and other type of supplies we need to accomplish the mission. Your personal wardrobe for the week is going to be in a carry-on. The convent itself is at about 7,400 feet, so the temperature is quite pleasant. Normally upper 70s, lower 80s during the day, and evenings get down into the 50s.
Mid-50s.
The region is volcanic in nature. There is an active volcano which can be seen from the convent, occasionally putting out a puff of smoke. And if we're very, very lucky at night and the clouds haven't moved in, we sometimes will see a red glow, and we have seen lava coming from the volcano. The supply list is based upon the previous team forwarding a current inventory of what they have available. And we add to that list and make the purchases here in the United States.
The medications we have are over-the-counter comfort type of medications, and then we do bring antibiotics.
We attempt to utilize the convent as much as practical to pre-sort some of the particularly vitamins and medications that we know that we are going to use in the villages in the days ahead. There's 2 separate living quarters. The first is actually inside the convent. They're divided into nice cubicles with relatively nice restroom and shower facilities. The second living quarters are what at one time were a garage, and it was converted into living quarters, and I believe initially primarily for men, although sometimes the women have to use it depending on the number who have come on the trip.
Mother always seems to make you feel at home, even though you're pretty far away from home, away from your own elements. You still feel the sense of being at home with her.
Madre really makes an effort to provide us safe meals when we're there.
That's okay, Scott, we're starving.
Now we do have a staple that appears at virtually every meal, and that will be the tortillas, which are quite different than what we are used to here in the United States.
Handmade, hand rolled, hand everything.
It's funny how in the morning when we're preparing to leave, everyone's usually bundled up, a jacket, gloves, a hat, because we're standing in the back of an open pickup truck with our gear.
The sunscreen helps because it causes blue vessels. I forget. Good.
And by the time we get to where we're going, it's generally warm enough to shed the coat and hat and gloves.
Go back up.
Going up the mountains, it's cloudy, and then it'll get clear, and you get back into the clouds. The weather changes every so often, every 30 minutes or so. It's ever constantly changing.
Madre, her mission as a Carmelite nun is to work with approximately 30 small aldeas,
Aldeas.
villages, with the catechista, Catholic catechista. What she does for medical teams is she picks out the villages that she would like us to visit and set up clinics in, and she makes all the arrangements. I think it's probably easier to say we do basic medical care and screening. So we're helping Madre see the villagers and help them with some basic medical care. And if they're too sick for us to manage, we work with Madre to get them more extensive medical care. We have to set up where we are. Sometimes we're inside a building, we've been outside, we've been partially in and out, we've been in homes, schools, churches.
Make do with whatever we have there.
Yes.
Chairs, tables,
Right.
whatever. But they come up with all the necessary essentials that we need to set up. We needed a table, and somebody brought a plastic table with 4 legs, the plastic legs. They were inserted. I don't remember which
First village.
If the kids aren't on a vitamin or parasite program, you'll notice the hair will be dull. They'll be smaller. Their color will just be a little off. They won't look as neat and clean and healthy.
You open a bottle of bubbles and you start blowing them, and they're chasing them and they're screaming and they're batting at them and they're then you give them a choice. Do you want a lot of little bubbles or do you want one big one? And
How do you say enferma? Or
what we do is we try to find a responsible child that if we had to do other things, is give them the bubbles. And you would see them. I mean, they're trying to get every last bit out of the bottom of those bottles. But surely they've seen soccer balls and so on. But they will just play with a beach ball until there's nothing left of it, until it tears into shreds. The children, you see a smile on their face almost consistently. They are just happy to see you. They're extremely happy, to interact.
I felt called to go. I've always wanted to do mission work. And I went the first time really not knowing anything. And I've learned over the years a lot. It keeps me grounded and it keeps me real about what's going on in the whole world, not just me. And it really makes me see that the life that we have here in this country, in this culture, is so blessed. But what I came to learn is that people that are poor are really the blessed ones because they are closer to God. And when I'm there, like you said, Al, you feel closer to God. And they live very simply and they're very happy as much as they can be. They do suffer and it is difficult, but they are a lot closer to God than I ever will be. And it's a good retreat for me.
I enjoy going down there. The people that you serve and the things that you do, it's just so gratifying. More than what you do here. Everybody's pretty much in the same boat here. But down there you feel like any little thing that I do can make a difference for somebody.
I was told that on the return I would be exhausted and that I would not be sure that I could do it again. I didn't feel that way at all. Coming back, all I could think about was when I get to go back again.